Here we go. Otto Heimhagel has taken over Aris and the Greece national side in this FM24 Build a Nation series. We are going to be winning all the trophies with Aris, whether that's Conference Leagues, Champions Leagues, Europa Leagues. We're going to get the Greek League to being the biggest and best league in Europe. And then we're going to be the Greece national side at the same time, trying to win the Euros and the World Cup with Greece as many times as possible for the Greek national side as well. Let's go, the boys. I am super excited. Now let's get into this save. Aris were founded in the year 1914 and we are predicted to finish 5th in our first season in charge of the club. We're also in the Europa Conference League at the second qualifying round. We'll be aiming to go as far as we can in that competition as well. As you can see, we haven't won too much in the club's history. Only 3 Greek Super Leagues, a Greek Cup, a Greek Super League 2, and a national division title. So not too many trophies there, but we will be changing that. We will be getting Champions Leagues, Greek Cups, all the trophies imaginable for Aris. And it's going to be an unbelievable challenge. But what is the squad like at this moment in time? They're saying we should play a 4-2-3-1. It looks like it could be a very good team to start off with the Swanzola. As we know, that tactic is absolutely cracked. I'm looking forward to getting deep diving into these players. The board's expectations this season are fairly strong and they want us to strive to make progress on and off the pitch, and we've got to finish in the top half of the Greek Super League table where there is only 14 teams, so we have to finish 7th and above. But the big challenge comes here. We've got to finish above PAOK in the league, and they are one of the strongest teams in the Greek league. That could be a struggle in the first season, but we're going to give it our all. We're going to give it 100%, and we're going to batter our rivals. And if we play Irakalis at some point, maybe in a cup competition, then we have to batter the living bejesus out of them as well. Let's take a look at the squad we will be starting off with Aris, and it's a squad that has some familiar names to me in any case. Marvin Montoya will be key for us at right back. The 32-year-old Spaniard has had spells at Valencia, Barcelona and Brighton, and he's going to have the experience we need to push us forward, and he plays the Swanzola type system that I want to play. He knows Barcelona ball and he is going to be absolutely key for us. Another key defender will be Fabiano, the Brazilian. He plays at centre-half for the club. He's had a varied career in Brazil and in Turkey and has played 64 games already for Aris. So he's a little bit of a club legend there. He's going to be solid for us in the first couple of seasons. As you can see, out of everything, it is an experienced squad that we have on our hands. And other players that I'm looking forward to managing. Lucas Rupp, another experienced midfield player, formerly of Norwich, now of Aris, will provide good experience at Premier League games with Norwich as well. So that's going to be big for our squad. Going down the list, up front, we have Lauren, the Spanish striker, pressing forward, played Las Palmas, Real Betis, Espanyol. He's surely going to get goals in the Greek league, and he could fire us all the way to finishing in the top 4 in our very first season. The tactic we are going to be playing is a tried and tested GYR tactic. This guy has carried me on many saves before. I will make some adjustments to this tactic, but kicking it off, I'll show you the original one. Sweeper keeper on defend with tackle harder. Wing backs on attack with pass it shorter, cross aim centre, shoot less often, sit narrower, and tackle harder added to the left back. To the right back, shoot less often, sit narrower, and tackle harder. 2 ball playing centre backs with tackle harder on it. Kicks off with a ball winning midfield player, which I will keep in the squad, I would imagine. A roaming playmaker isn't something that I like to have in a team, so I'll probably swap him out for a box-to-box midfield player, but he's got dribble less and tackle harder. The left winger has got sit narrower and tackle harder as an advanced forward on attack. AP, the advanced playmaker in the squad, who's going to cause absolute bits, is just left with the defaults on. Inverted winger on attack to sit narrower and tackle harder. Focused off with a advanced forward on attack. It's a positive tactic. We want to play positive football. We've got to play attractive football. That's what the board wants from us. And in possession, we're going to be fairly wide. We're going to pass into space. We're going to play high tempo. Something I like to see. I want to see pressing. I want to see tempo. I want to see aggression. We've got low crosses with run at the defense. In transition, it's counter press, counter, distribute quickly. All the things you would expect from a higher pressing tactic with roll it out. Out of possession, here is the defensive line. It is a higher defensive line, so we will be looking to bring in some quicker centre halves as we progress through the save to really play this system very, very well. But with trigger press much more often, we prevent the short goalkeeper distribution. And I like the physicality of this tactic. It is get stuck in. I want to see tackles flying in. We want to intimidate and dominate teams. The staff situation at Aris currently is dire. We don't have the best training in the Greek league, and we don't have our positions filled out. This is something that I will look to do as we progress through the save. This is one of the first things I always do. I'm going to get these recruitment slots filled up, these medical team slots filled up, and the coaching staff filled up as well, to push forward our training and our scouting teams and our medical stuff, so we can really get the best out of our players and really start becoming a powerhouse in Greece. It's one of the most underrated things you can do on Football Manager, is if you get this right, you'll get the performances right on the pitch as well. The finances at the club are good overall to start with, which is very positive to see. It's not a lot of money in the bank, but this is Greek football, lads. This isn't the Premier League. We've got 910k in the bank overall, which is good. We're in a good position financially to start off with in any case. Our expenditure this month is quite low as well. So it's only 60k worth of expenditure. Obviously, that will go up as we progress through the month. As we progress through the save, that is going to go up. We are predicted to finish in the Conference League position, so we're going to need European football to drive that money forward, and we're going to pass FFP as well, which is very, very important. We don't want to get any fines or points deducted or anything like that. We're going to have to build this club smartly, which is where we're going to come into our transfer budget and targets in future episodes, and you'll see how we build the club financially stable and also in a way that we can progress as well. Our facilities might not start off being the best, but they will be by the end of this save, and that's where we're going to put the majority of our European money. First off, my plan is to put it into the facilities and the youth facilities, so I can get those new gens through the academy, build them up, one for the national team and two for me, because then I can sell them on for a big profit to a bigger league at the time. And as we move and progress through this series, we're not going to be a selling club. We're going to be a club that buys the biggest and best talents, wins Champions Leagues, wins European competitions, and smashes the Greek league and smashes every team in Greece. And it's just going to be a fun thing. But to kick it off, our training and youth facilities are adequate. Corporate facilities are adequate as well. Average junior coaching and basic youth recruitment. So that's where I'm going to spend my money first. Get them up to being good and excellent and exceptional. And then you're going to see money flowing into the club. To round up our wrap up on Aris, we're just going to take a look at our fixture list for the first few games of the season. As you can see, UEFA Conference League, we're in the second round. We've got a team called Order Abassi. We should beat them. We should absolutely beat them and terrorize them and go through to the next round. And then we kick off our Greek Super League campaign against OFI and then PAS. And then the big games are coming in back to back. The three big games, Panathinaikos, PAOK, AEK, Athens, all back to back. They could be deciding where our season goes. And as you can see, the first time we play Olympiakos is away from home. That will be a tough game in the first few seasons. And if we move down towards the end of the season, we can see our run-in if we're going to need points in the last three games. Olympiakos at home, Asteros Tripellalas away, and Panathinaikos. I've butchered these names, but they're going to be at least it's a home game at the end. If we need 3 points, we could potentially get them. But I'm excited to start with Aris. It's going to be a wonderful season. It's going to be a wonderful series. And let's get into the Greek national side now. But as you know, we have taken on the optional option of taking over the Greek national side, and we are trying to recreate that famous Euros win from nearly 20 years ago now. Can we get back to the big time with the Greek national side, who haven't had the best luck down the years? And as you can see, we are ranked 43rd in the world, only one place above Canada. Their highest world ranking is 8th. We're trying to get them to being the #1 ranked team in the world, the way it should be for the Greeks. That's exactly what we could do. And we'll get into the Greek players as well. This is what they think we should play, a 4-3-3 with a holding midfield player. But I'm going to go for an attacking midfield player. I want to bring attacking style football to Greece. I want to win games 6, 7, 8-0. Why not? We've got teams like Gibraltar in our group. We should be beating them 10, 12, 15-0. We're going to bring pride back to the Greek nation. And there's some great players to kick us off there. Shimikas, Mavrampontas, Kostos Manalas, and Palvidis up front will be key in the early stages for this side. The Greek national side has been through a lot of ups and downs lately. Currently managed in real life by Tottenham and Chelsea legend Gustavo Poyet. But here we are. Otto Heimhagel has taken over the Greek national side, and there are some very good household names in here. Let's go through the squad. Odysseus Vlachiamakis, the goalkeeper that was at Benfica for many, many years. Great goalkeeper he was. Now he's at Nottingham Forest in the Premier League. So Premier League experience for the Greek number one will go a long way. This guy is a solid goalkeeper at international level and one of the best we could have got out of the bag. Other players include some of the more experienced players like Socrates, who used to play for Arsenal and is now currently at Olympiacos. He's a little bit long in the tooth, but he has good international experience and is a solid international defender. Other players that will be more long-term will be Konstantinios Mavropanos from West Ham. He looks an absolute beast of a centre-back, and he's only 25 years of age, so we've got him for probably 7 to 8 seasons, unless we get some beastly new gens through who are absolutely class. But this guy looks like the future centre-back for the Greek national side. What a player he is. Unbelievable. Kostas Tsimikas, who is half Scouse and half Greek. He is an unbelievable left-back, the best left-back we could have asked for, currently playing for Liverpool. He is a bench option at Liverpool, but what a player he is, and what a player he is for the Greek national side. He'll be key. He'll be unbelievable at left-back for us, especially in the system that we're playing as well. Other players that have taken my eye is going to be Pavlidis. He's absolutely smashing it for AZ in real life. He's a proper striker, and he's going to be absolutely class. He can play left wing, but I'm going to play him up front. He's only got 6 goals in 31 caps for the Greek national side. But for me, he's going to score goals. I know how to get the best out of strikers, and I'm going to get this guy firing hat-tricks and doubles games for Greece, and he's going to come up big when we need him. In the midfield, there are other options as well. I don't want to skip over those. But the guy from Trabzonspor, Tassos Bakakatas, I've definitely ruined his name. You're gonna hear a lot of weird Greek pronunciation, so do forgive me for those going forward. But he looks a very good attacking midfield player. He's going to provide the bullets for Pavlidis, and Pavlidis is going to score those goals. Our first game in charge of the national side is not great. We've got the Netherlands, but we are at home, so there is a chance we can beat the Dutch. The Dutch are not the best in real life, but our fixtures are very tough for qualifying for this Euros. We're in a group with France, Ireland, Netherlands, and poor little Gibraltar, who are going to get battered by everyone. If we can beat the Netherlands and potentially get a draw against France, we'll beat the Irish, we'll smash up Gibraltar, and then we go to the Dutch in a probably winner-takes-all type game. It's going to be absolute scenes. If we can qualify for the Euros at the first attempt, it'll be unbelievable. But if not, we'll build to the next World Cup, try and qualify for that. The Greek national side, like I said, are not used to qualifying for major competitions, so we're going to have to change that, and it is going to change under Otto Heimhagel. To finish off this first episode of the Greece Builder Nation, we are going to take a look at the Greek staff currently. What I want to do is get some heroes from 20 years ago and make them coaching staff of the Greece national side. People like Angelos Charisteas, if he's a coach in the game, we'll get him. I'll research all of the Greek players from 20 years ago and see how many I can get part of my coaching staff and part of the under 21 or under 19 coaching staff as well, so we can really build that special spirit back up again. But if you want to see more of this series, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video, because it's going to be a long one and you're going to see some ups, downs, smiles and frowns. But lads, I'm super excited. Up the Greece, up Aris, let's go.